Hi, I'm Ashley. Today we're going to talk about where to insert your hook to crochet, basically, in different variations. So one thing that we need to know is there's a ton of holes in crochet fabric, and where you insert your hook into the hole is kind of vital to making your project look the way that you expect it and want it to look. So kind of an outline, today in this video we're going to look at working into existing crochet stitches and where to insert your hook to complete the basic crochet stitches, then to complete what's called front loop or back loop only stitches, and then front post and back post only stitches. In a previous video, I looked at how to crochet into the foundation chain and looked at the different variations of that. So I'll link that video at the end for your information. In this video, we're just going to focus on working into the existing stitches, like I said. So let's get started. Let's first look at the anatomy of the crochet stitch. So once you have this down, the rest of this tutorial gets much easier. If you look from the front of the fabric or the pattern, you'll see that there is a tall part of the stitch, and that part is called the post. Okay, so this is a double crochet. It's an example using double crochet, but all of your basic crochet stitches, which are single, half double, double, treble, etc., will have these same kind of parts, right? So you have the post, okay? And then if you look from the top down, you'll see all of these little V's, okay? So if I am gonna start my next row, I'm gonna turn my fabric and then start crocheting back this way. So you have these V's, and each loop of this is called something different. So you have the front loop here, okay? So this is the front loop, and this right here is the back loop. So every single stitch has a front loop and a back loop. Those loops together create the V shape. So for all of the basic crochet stitches, when you're just crocheting, for this example, a double crochet, you're going to insert your hook underneath both the front and the back loop. Okay, so I'm going to do a double crochet by yarning over and then inserting my hook to where it goes under both of those. And I'll show you again on the next stitch. So if you look here from the front, you have the post, and then you look at the top and you can see the V. So I'm going to take my hook and insert it underneath both the front and the back loop of that stitch. Okay, and then I'm going to complete my stitch, whichever stitch you're doing. This example, again, is a double crochet. So again, I'm looking from the top down, and I'm going to look for the V, insert it under both the front and the back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two to complete my double crochet. Okay, so that is one kind of option, right? That's the normal version of the crochet stitches. So if you're finding this info helpful so far, you should definitely check out my channel, subscribe to my channel, and you can check out my playlists on crochet stitches and crochet terminology. They're 30 to 60 second videos where I just kind of quick and dirty show you what it means or how to do it for the different stitches or terminology. And it'll give you really quick results with learning crochet. Now, for working, if you have a pattern that says crochet into the front loop only, then you do your, if you're doing a double crochet like I am, you yarn over, and then you look at this V and you insert your hook only under the front loop. Okay, so again, we have the normal way to do it would be under both, but for front loop only, we're going to insert our hook under this front one and then not go under the back loop. Okay, so basically you're putting your hook through the V, and this is a front loop only double crochet. Okay, so I'll do it again. Again, I insert my hook, same front to back, and go up through that V, and then, oops, I forgot to yarn over. Okay, up through the middle of the V, yarn over and finish my stitch. Okay, and if you get a few of those going, you'll start to see that a ridge or a texture is created. Okay, so when you do that and you look at the other side, then you have this kind of ridge where you can see the back loop that we didn't work through. And I mean, that's not what this video is about, but it does create a little bit different effect. Okay, so that is the version working through front loop only. Now you can also work through the back loop only, and you will see that in certain crochet patterns. So when we do that, instead of inserting our hook from the front and going up through the middle of the V, now we insert our hook kind of down through the middle of the V and behind or under the back loop. Okay, so again, here's where we would normally insert it, under both. Here's where we would insert it if we were doing front loop only. Okay, so the back loop is behind the hook or under the hook, not over it. And if we're doing back loop only, we go down through the middle of the V and pick up just the back loop. So let's do a few of those. So yarn over, insert my hook down through the middle of the V and just go under the back loop, yarn over, pull through. Okay, and I'm going to do that a few times now. And then you'll see, after we get a few of those going, that you have that texture or that ridge on the front of the project now. Okay, and then the back has like a bump also, but so that's another variation, back loop only. Okay, the final kind of variation on where to insert your crochet hook for these basic crochet stitches is they're called post stitches. So you can have a front or a back post single crochet. So for a front post, basically what that means is you're going to insert your hook from the front to the back. Okay, so remember that this part of the stitch, the tall part, is the post, and we're going to work around that now. So instead of going through the V area, we're going to go around the post. And for a front post, you're going to insert your hook from front to back, go around that post, and then poke back out toward the front of the fabric. Okay, and then you finish your stitch like that. Okay, so I'm going to do it again. Insert my crochet hook from front to back, go around the post, come back out, and finish my stitch. Okay, so there is front post double crochet, and you can again do this with any of the basic crochet stitches. Okay, and then you can look at the other side and you see that again it creates a different kind of texture to your fabric. So that's front post. Back post is just the opposite. So we still work around the post, but instead of going from front to back and around, we go from back to front and then around. So I insert my hook behind the fabric and come up next to that post and then go around it, go back out the back, and then finish my stitch that way. Okay, so going around and then finishing my stitch. Let me do that again. I'm pretty sure I went out of the camera view. So yarn over, go behind the post, okay, and then come back around and go out the back with the crochet hook, and then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And again, I'm just doing the example with double crochet just because it's, I feel like probably the most common version of this, but also it's kind of the easiest to see. Now this one, it's just a little bit awkward to do because you have to like turn your project over basically to finish the stitch. So I insert my hook again from back to front, go around that post. And then once I'm here, I kind of just grab all of this and pull it down out of the way to finish my stitch. Okay. Or else you'll get everything kind of tangled. Once you get the hang of it, if you're doing this stitch repeatedly through a pattern, you're going to be fine. It's going to feel natural once you get started, but the first couple times it feels awkward. Just remember, like, basically if you just kind of grab the V part of the stitch and pull it down to kind of pinch it toward the rest of your fabric, it gets it out of the way so that you can finish the stitch. And then you can see that that creates now this kind of ridge on the front of the project, and the back looks pretty smooth. Okay, so there's a bunch of different variations of doing this, combining the different things to create different effects, but that's what it means when it says working in the front or the back post. If you want even more details with written descriptions on all of this, you should definitely check out my blog post. I have a blog, it's craftywithashy.com, and I have a detailed post with even more information about where to insert your crochet hook. That post is linked in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you learned something today. Check out this video for that video that I promised about working into the foundation chain and looking at the variations of that. Also, check out my channel for even more content. Have a great day.